The comeback of revolving restaurants, a new era in dining. New York, have you ever felt your ears pop as you ascend in a lift, signaling your arrival at a unique dining experience? Welcome to The View, the stunning revolving bar and restaurant perched on the 47th and 48th floors of the New York Marriott Marquis. On a lively Saturday evening, the atmosphere buzzed with families, friends, and couples indulging in champagne and seafood towers, all while soaking in the breathtaking, ever-changing skyline. Every 45 minutes, just enough time to savor a cocktail, the lounge completes a full rotation, offering diners a fresh perspective of the city. Originally opened in Times Square in 1985 and closing its doors in 2020, The View is now part of a surprising resurgence of rotating restaurants, revitalized by the vision of restaurateur Danny Meyer and architect David Rockwell. Gone are the outdated pleather chairs and garish carpets. They have been replaced with luxurious blue velvet banquettes, a sleek black marble bar, and exquisite Art Deco-style glass installations that elevate the dining experience. This is one of the best views, shared Joseph Mirone, a former New Yorker who visited with his son for a post-theater coffee and dessert. You can sit in one spot and the whole city revolves around you. Meyer, who fondly recalls Stouffer's Top of the Riverfront, a revolving restaurant in St. Louis from his childhood, was excited to embrace this unique concept. When Marriott approached us, it felt like an opportunity we couldn't pass up, he remarked. When else would someone ask, would you like to create a revolving restaurant in the theater district? Revolving restaurants have often been seen as novelties, remnants of the 1960s and 1970s, a time when skylines were rapidly evolving, and architects aimed to provide the public with a front-row seat to this transformation. La Ronde, located above the Ala Moana Shopping Center in Honolulu, was the first revolving restaurant in the U.S., opening its doors in 1961. Its architect, John Graham Jr., known for his work on the Space Needle in Seattle, patented a design that required a wheeled turntable to rotate around a stationary core, much like a train on tracks. This innovative concept inspired numerous imitators across the country, each promising a unique dining experience: the Changing Scene in Rochester, New York, the Spindletop in Houston, the Eagle's Nest in Indianapolis, and the Summit in Detroit, all of which aimed to offer something extraordinary. Architect John C. Portman Jr. integrated these rotating restaurants into several hotels he designed in Atlanta, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, including the impressive $400 million Marriott Marquis. In a 1985 review, the New York Times architecture critic Paul Goldberger noted, "Revolving restaurants, like many features of this building, are a show that has been playing out of town for a long time and has never been missed on Broadway. But this will at least be a novelty." However, this novelty began to fade as many revolving restaurants closed their doors. La Ronde shut down in the 1990s after mechanical failures, while the Summit became too costly to maintain and closed in 2000. Skies, located at the Hyatt Regency in Kansas City, Missouri, went out of business in 2011 as guests opted for off-site dining. Stouffer's Top of the Riverfront permanently closed in 2014. Some establishments remain open but have stopped rotating. The Sundial in Atlanta and the restaurant atop the Reunion Tower in Dallas both experienced tragic accidents. The former Summit space in Detroit now houses a new restaurant but has remained stationary for over 25 years. Yet, as the saying goes, what goes around comes back around. Polaris in Atlanta resumed operations in 2022 with a sustainable, farm-to-table menu. In 2024, the Equinox, the revolving restaurant atop the Hyatt Regency in San Francisco, was revitalized after an 18-year hiatus, utilizing hydraulics to get it moving again. Plans are underway to reopen it as a bar called Club Revolve. Reviving a revolving restaurant is no simple task. When the architecture firm Olson Kundig was brought in to redesign Sky City, the revolving restaurant at the top of the Space Needle, they were encouraged to think outside the box. "We were inspired to go into the realm of the ridiculous," said design principal Alan Maskeen. The firm transformed the experience by replacing the entire rotating floor with glass and a metal substructure resembling a Ferris wheel on its side. In 2021, Sky City was rebranded as the Loop Lounge, an upscale seasonal cocktail bar.